This is part 2 of my blog today, and my video blog, and part 2 is going to look at the issues concerning that of Gilbert Arenas and Javaris Crittenton of the Washington Wizards. Both of these young men were suspended for the remainder of the season. Well, actually, for Gilbert Arenas, it's 50 games. That's pretty much the remainder of the season. And 38 games for Javaris Crittenton. They are the third and fourth longest suspensions in the history of the National Basketball Association. And they don't involve drugs, alcohol, or gambling. Not only that, the suspension also does not include anything that involved bodily harm, although it could have if those guns were loaded. You see, both Arenas and Crittenton brought guns into the locker room at the Verizon Center in Washington, D.C. After having a dispute on a team flight back to D.C. It involved a gambling dispute. My thoughts on this issue are this: Commissioner Stern acted appropriately. I agree with the commissioner's decision. It's not too harsh, and it's not too lenient. It's just right. Gilbert Arenas will stand to lose close to or over $7 million this season because the suspensions for both Crittenton and Arenas are without pay. This is major. You know, $7 million. $7 million he's going to lose. I'm lucky. You know, there's a lot that I can do. There's a lot that you can do with $7 million. But in the long term, this is going to affect Arenas more so than what you actually think. You see, now he carries with him some baggage. He could be considered now, at least in my view, the Plexico Burress of the NBA. Although Gilbert didn't shoot himself in the leg in a nightclub in New York City. But I digress. That's a different issue. That's a different issue for a different time. The guns apparently were not loaded, but you still don't bring a gun into a public vicinity like that. Arenas did plead guilty to felony gun possession. He may not face any jail time. He may have to do a lot of community service, but he's going to have a lot of time on his hands now that he's suspended for the remainder of the year. As for Crittenton, who knows? 38 game suspension. He doesn't make that much money, but it's without pay, and I'm sure the young man is going to is going to rethink what he did over and over in his head. Commissioner Stern said it wasn't the issue was not about ownership or possession of the gun. It was the fact that they brought it into the NBA workplace, and that's not going to be tolerated. Commissioner, I agree with you. The only job or jobs that I think a gun should be used as part of your profession is if you're a police officer, military personnel, one of those armored truck drivers that drive, you know, money to banks, and you know, you go bring money to certain establishments, security details. Those are the only people that should be allowed to carry a gun while at work. All right? What Commissioner Stern did was right in the sense that I don't believe his ruling infringes on one's right to bear arms. No, I'm joking. It just you don't bring it into the public workplace. It doesn't matter if you have a permit. If you have a permit for a gun and a license to carry a gun, leave it in your car. Leave it at home. Don't bring it to work unless your profession calls for it. Now, in the long run for Gilbert Arenas, he may be cut by now. Now this risks him being released by the franchise, or traded, or his contract get voided. Who's going to want to pick him up now? He carries with him that much extra baggage. Who's going to want him now? That's going to be the issue. He's in the second year of a 6-year, $111 million contract right now, and he's going to lose $7 million of it due to the 50-game suspension. He's got another $80-some-odd million left on his contract over the next 4 years. What's going to happen to Arenas? That's going to be the story to follow. And if you follow this video blog here on YouTube, I'll give you my thoughts, and I'll keep you updated on this one. In the meantime, this has been part 2 of today's blog. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be seeing you on the flip side.